Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me today, exactly as you are. Thank you so much for giving me the space to be here today, exactly as I am. Hello, it is currently December 31st, so it's New Year's Eve. I know the world makes like the new year a big thing. I'm a firm believer like you can choose to change your life like anytime you want, but I also think there's something fun about everyone like collectively preparing for the new year and like, you know, however that may be. Yesterday I started working on my vision board for 2024. Last year was the first year that I did something like that and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the process. So that's another thing that I want to do this year. Forgot, I guess, how time consuming it was to flip through magazines and cut out words and pictures that you like. So I only got that part done yesterday, and tonight I want to get to like arranging it and gluing it all together and whatnot. I'm excited for the new year. I have a lot of big plans. I have wrote down some manifestations that I want to happen in my manifestation journal. This is just an observation, but I've had this journal since 2021 and it's only like this full, like not that full at all. Next year I definitely want to utilize my other journals. Like I journal in my brain dump journal like every day. I've gone through, this is my 4th one this year and I just got it the other day, so it's like here, like that full. But I have my manifestation journal here and I also have my shadow work journal. So both of these are two things that I will really want to try and utilize next year. I think one thing that I'm being called to is to like really just like deepen my craft and like deepen my practice with myself. Just like, let me actually read out my one of my manifestations for next year. The most recent like manifestation page I've done in here was on the 25th, and it's what's coming for me in 2024 because I realized like I do want to start utilizing this journal more. One of the things that I think that's like really be like calling to me in the new year is deepening my connection with myself and spirit. That is the way that I can word it the best. Deepening my connection with myself and spirit. So like also getting to know my shadow part. I think I had that written down as well. It's bettering my relationship with myself and gaining a deeper understanding of my shadows. You can try and say you have like healed all you want, but not truly until like you've delved into like the deepest, darkest parts of yourself. And like I'm even speaking for myself when I say that. Like in the past I would think, oh, I've healed from this, and then I would get a big emotional reaction and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not as healed from this as I actually thought I was. I think just getting to know like the deeper parts of yourself, your shadow, is like so important to overall healing. Like another thing is just like herbalism. Like herbalism has really been calling to me. It's called to me for the past however many years, but for Christmas I got a book by Rosemary Gladstar, which I think is a nice little like step in the direction of like that herbalist green witchcraft path that I definitely see myself taking. I have a lot of exciting things that I want to do for 2024, so I don't know, like that's some of them, but it's also just like diversifying my inventory like from Callisto. Like I definitely want to bring in like more handmade crafts. Clay crafts is a super big thing that I want to bring in. Like I have a couple incense holders that I've been sitting on and like a couple ashtrays, just like trinket holders. This is a bubbler. I think I mentioned it in my last vlog that I like a little caffeine. I'm trying to actively, I've done very well on cutting down my caffeine consumption. I think that was something in my last vlog that I mentioned, but I've done really good at it. Also just like gaining strength. Like I think gaining physical strength is something I want to do because last year definitely in like the fall I started, I'm saying last year, it's not even the new year yet. This fall I spent a good chunk of my time like outside in the backyard just digging my hands in the earth to get a garden ready for next year. And I think just like the act of doing that, also using a chainsaw for the first time, terrifying but also so like liberating and exhilarating. Anytime I would step back and take a look at my work, even if it didn't look like a lot of big progress in the grand scheme of things, I would still feel so proud and accomplished, because I'm like, damn, my body can do that. Like I did that pretty much with my bare hands, and I just feel like that's something so cool. I don't know, cool is definitely, I think, the lamest word I could have used for that. I don't know, I feel so free whenever I realize like, hey, I can do this manual labor by myself and not have to like ask anyone. Granted, like obviously know your limits, don't do something ridiculously out of your league at the risk of getting injured, but assess the risk, of course. But you know, like it just feels so freeing to have like that physical strength. And we're gonna start using our wood stove again, which I feel like will be a really nice like exercise of that. Like I used to hate carrying in wood, but now I just feel like the act of carrying in wood, loading it up, even like cutting it down into smaller chunks for my grandma would be just, you know, a really good act of kind of like building that strength, because that's also something consistent. And it's not necessarily how much you do, but it's how consistent you are at the things you do. Bars. I saw 11:11 on my camera time as I said that. So yeah, I think consistency is a huge theme for next year, just being a lot more consistent in a lot of different realms. This is a huge thing that I've lacked consistency in, especially this year. Like, whew, that was so, I think this year's probably like the least I've uploaded in the time that I've been on YouTube, not counting the year that I was drinking. Also, as of Christmas, I'm a year sober. I was with my family, so I wasn't vlogging then, but I'm a year sober, which is really fucking cool. Just continue like learning, growing. I'm gonna show my vision board, and that'll give a good basis of most of like my plans and ideas for next year are gonna be. I started this vlog with the intention of talking about like my new year a bit, so I'm not frustrated at myself for this intro being like almost 13 minutes long, and I'd honestly continue going, but my camera battery has been flashing at me for a little bit. I've just been waiting for it to shut off on me, honestly. Ooh, another thing that I want to really kind of do more consistently next year is cook. And I'm starting early. Last night I cooked dinner, and tonight I'm cooking dinner. I definitely want to try and cook like every night besides like the days that I work, and since I get off at 6 p.m. like that's not really possible. Really do enjoy cooking. I enjoy nourishing myself and nourishing my family, my grandma specifically. In case you don't know, I do live with my grandma. It's not something I really like talk about too often. I have a lot of things that I want to do, and it's just exciting because I know I'm capable of it all. So love you. I'm currently carrying in wood for our first fire of the season. I've been trying to convince my grandma to switch back over to wood heat for a while now. Good afternoon. It's 2:34. Abundance, baby. I'm currently drinking some raspberry leaf tea. It is the 4th day of my bleed. I picked up some on my first day because my cramps were super bad, and like I remember just how good raspberry leaf tea was just for you while you're on your cycle and just in general, and I missed it a lot. I'm currently just sketching up something. I want to do another little art print. I want to have another little print to offer whenever someone places an order, because I've had my I'm Worthy of Good Things one for a little bit, and I still want to keep that one around, but I think it'll just be nice to kind of have like another art print to interchange, because I do have a few repeat customers. It's just kind of like having that selection, I guess, so they don't get like 4 of the same cards or whatnot. So I think one thing I'm really trying to cultivate in my life is like more balance, like more of kind of like that work-life balance, that work-rest balance. For a while, I've noticed that it's been a cycle of working myself really hard until I crash, and then I rest for a few days and I get my energy levels back, and it kind of just repeats that process again. And I want to be able to like not do that, you know, like have the balance, like scheduling little moments of rest in between times of productivity, so I don't crash so hard whenever I do, or so I don't just like crash in general. I'm not a fan of burnout. I mean, no one's a fan of burnout. It's just making sure I schedule that rest in between like all my tasks. One thing I did recently get was like a drain overflow cover so I could take baths. It's been a very long time since I've taken a bath. I think the last time was like my apartment up in Kansas City. I had a clawfoot bathtub. I got that so I can incorporate baths into my self-care routine. Megan Hughes, who I've talked about a couple times, is like one of my favorite YouTubers ever, and she uses the Dr. Teal's melatonin bubble bath, and I just picked some of that up as well, and that is definitely on my list at some point, either like today or tomorrow on my days off. I definitely want to take a nice little melatonin bubble bath. No one else is gonna tell me to take a break but myself. Like, I don't have anyone over my head being like, hey bro, you did such a good job, why don't you just take a sit? Like, for the most part, since I do work for myself, you know, like I'm in control of that entirely. So you can't really see what I'm drawing, but it's gonna be a little card that says protect your peace. I have a little painting like hanging up on my wall right over there, and it says protect your peace. This one is going to be a little bit different than that one. It's not going to have like the sun and like the hands reaching in. It's just going to be something like simple and cute to throw in for orders that you can also choose to hang up on your wall if you so choose. Like, I just want opening my packages to be as much of an experience as wearing my jewelry. So yeah. and I got some decaf chai. It wants to focus on the steam so bad. I haven't started yet, but I am gonna list a few items. I have 3 necklaces I need to list. An intention I set for the new moon would be more consistent with social media was kind of like the main thing, because I can be pretty inconsistent when it comes to posting, so I just want to get better at that. And I think I've talked about it before, where I'm not the biggest fan of TikTok, mainly because it's a place where I can find myself like scrolling for hours without even realizing like what I've done. So I'm trying to adapt the post and leave mindset with TikTok, and that's what I've been doing for the past couple days. And I guess I am just surprised by like the amount of traffic that it's bringing me. This morning it was making me giddy because I got 3 orders in a row. That hasn't ever happened before, so it just made me want to like kick my feet. Hello. My cat is in a very crazy mood, so if you see her darting in and out of the frame, it's okay. I contemplated if I was gonna film this or not, but I decided, why not? Who knows? It may give someone else the inspiration to like tackle something they've been putting off for a really long time. So I'm gonna be cleaning out the bottom of my closet. You can't even like see half of the horrors. So like the bottom of my closet is an abyss. This has been the house like my family grew up in pretty well. I don't even know what I'm gonna find, basically. Like it's clothes. Like I put my sweaters down here because I don't want to hang them up, but as you can see, it's literally just like a pile on top of a crate. And I have a basket full of like socks and underwear that I know like not all of them are in there. I have stuffed animals, I have suitcases, I have canvases, I have clothes I don't wear anymore. I don't have a game plan going into this. I'm just gonna start like kind of taking things out. I have a trash bag for stuff I want to throw away. Obviously I'm gonna make a pile for stuff I want to donate, a pile for stuff I want to keep. My room is already small enough. I want to curate a space of like peace and tranquility. Anytime, like every time I open up my closet doors, it just stresses me out. Okay, that's my clothes hamper, so like dirty clothes, nothing in there's going. If I don't have the best angles, I'm like not too concerned about that. Are you gonna get thrown away, Stinky, huh? Are you gonna get thrown away? Okay, I'm conflicted in the sense of like, I washed this so it shrunk and it doesn't really look the best anymore. But like, I want to keep it because it says Ozark Farmers Market and it has a cute little like graphic on the back. This is my downfall with like things, because I'm sentimental and I get weirdly attached to stuff. So these two are like, these are pillowcases that I dyed and I completely forgot about them. They won't match my bedding in here, but I think I might make them my camping pillowcases, because yes, I do take normal pillows camping. Sue me, whatever. I can sleep on the ground, but one thing I will be like bougie about is my pillow. So it feels like I've made like no progress, but I have like kind of a whole mess on my floor. I've tackled that corner over there and now I'm getting to this side. So I'm done. I probably finished up about like 2:30 but I never showed you all the finished product. Not the finished product, because my organizer still needs to come in and then that'll change the layout. Back here, you can't even see it in the dark corner, is I put my canvases. I moved them from over there to this corner. I have like a Bratz blanket and a Hello Kitty Build-A-Bear that I made with the same friend who gave me the clothes hamper. So shout out Natalia, love you. I can finally fit all my sweaters in this like crate. That's also gonna change. That's kind of what like the closet organizer's for. I don't know, I read somewhere on the internet like a few years ago that you don't want to hang knits because they'll like sag and get like weird shoulder shaping, and I've stuck with that ever since. Also, I kind of like reorganized my pants situation. I did a light closet clean out. It literally doesn't look really any thinner. For the longest time I had them stacked like probably 4 or 5 pairs per, like this, like over, like folded over, but they would just like way down to the point where they were like, yeah, just like this one isn't even the worst one, but just way down to the point where it's like, and I have snapped a few of these before, so I was gonna say to the point where like it could snap, but it's like I have done that. Now you can see that like the bottom is so fresh and so clean. At some point oh my goodness, at some point I will tackle up here, but like honestly the bottom of my closet wasn't as bad as I thought. For the longest time I've been like ashamed or something, or like embarrassed to show clips of like my closet because I'm like, oh, it's so messy, but it's like, it's literally real life. Like I don't know, I get so in my head because there's just like a very large amount of just like, I mean, everything on social media for the most part is fake. Like it is curated to like some degree or another. So just like seeing like super organized, super clean houses, like I can definitely get in my own head and like, oh my god, why do I have so many things? Like I'm a maximalist. You've seen my walls. I love having pretty things, and I love just like my room being a place where I feel like comfortable and happy, and I feel like having more things to like look at visually just aids in that. But like also that's not to say I'm bashing on like anyone that is kind of like, that has a little bit more of like a minimalist mindset or like minimalist design style, but it can feel like, damn, like I'm, especially whenever it comes to like that, because that's not decoration. Like a lot of that is kind of like my childhood stuff. Overall, what I was trying to say in that is like social media is so curated to make it seem like everything should be clean. It's hard to talk about the things that are a little bit messy. It can feel almost embarrassing. So it's like I was trying to break like my thoughts, like the way I perceive it, and just overall like hopefully try and help the general perspective in any way that I can. Yeah. I took a break in talking to you all because my grandma did want me to run up to the store, but I mean, while I was up there I figured why not make the most of it, treat myself to a little something. I did pick up 2 books. My freaking Walmart, suddenly like I went to the book section, so much better than it's been in a very long time. Like for the longest time they really only had Colleen Hoover. Obviously absolutely not gonna, no, not my style by any means. So whenever I walked by today, I was initially like heading to the yarn, but I walked by and I saw these 2. Well, I saw this one first and then I saw this one and I was like, okay, both of you are coming home with me because I'm currently reading Ariadne, and I am on page 192, 193. This is my second time trying to read this book. My first time trying to read it, I was like just getting sober. My brain was kind of just rewiring itself, like figuring out how to function normally. So reading kind of like the Greek mythology retelling language was a little bit difficult, and I found myself having to push through it. So I ended up putting it down. But coming back to it this time, like, I'm really pleased. I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking it. And that same sentiment goes for crochet, because I picked up 2 skeins of yarn in the cutest little freaking like color ever. I love this. The idea is a beanie and a scarf. And I also picked up a hook for that, but like the same sentiment of like whenever I like first tried to crochet last year, like my brain was kind of just figuring out how to function again. I was just getting sober, so I felt like I wasn't able to fully grasp it. But last night I got a sudden urge to look up a scarf tutorial, and granted I have smaller yarn. I can't even remember like what size it is, but it's gonna take me like a little bit to make up it, but I'm having a good time. So now I have 2 skeins on backup, because I do want to finish the one I'm working on before I start this one, obviously. I haven't done this in a minute, so hydration check. Have you had any water today? Get some. Get some right now, because especially during the winter time, it's important to stay hydrated. It's currently Wednesday the 17th, and I got some oatmeal with black cherries, local honey, and organic peanut butter. I was gonna start the vlog, but then I got really hungry. My camera battery was dying, so I'm like, this is probably a sign that I should make myself some food. So I did. One thing I've been trying to get better at is like listening to my body when it tells me I'm hungry, like not pushing it off. Because what do you mean it's an inconvenient time to eat? That's a silly thought that I am actively overcoming each day. This weekend I got my most amount of orders I've ever had, and I am so freaking grateful. I feel so darn lucky. I got 7 orders in a weekend, well 6, and then 1 came in yesterday, and like today's the first day I have the chance to ship them all out, and I am so thankful. I am so freaking thankful. I just feel like so much like abundance coming into me and like flowing from me, because I have so many ideas. Excited to share with you all, and just like I don't know, I feel so grateful. Also, thank you all so much for 200 subscribers. It makes me also really happy. So many good things are coming this year, and it's the year of like me actively like pursuing my dreams, because I started a little bit last year, but I feel like I was still a little bit passive with my goals and my desires and my dreams. So like this year I have so many plans, and I'm gonna work really hard towards my dreams, and I am just so thankful that you all support me, because obviously I literally wouldn't be able to do this without you all. So just the amount of like love and gratitude I feel is insane to me. So I have to package 7 orders. Here's an update on my little crochet project. It looks huge on camera. This is how much yarn I have left. Like, and as an artist, it is hard, I feel like, to strike that balance of like doing art for fun and doing art for work. I'm gonna continue to enjoy this yummy bowl of oatmeal, and I'll probably talk to you all whenever I start to package these orders. I'm quite proud of myself, because over the past like couple weeks I've spent some time gathering some supplies for everything, which I don't know, this seems like an overkill. Like, I bought all the organizers for it. The only thing I bought extra was like the bubble mailers. But here's kind of everything I use to package up orders. I've never had this many orders before. I'm trying not to get like overwhelmed with the amount of orders. Like, I'm very thankful to have this number of orders. Yeah, I have all the orders pulled up on Squarespace. So I think I'm gonna pull out all the bags I need and kind of split up individual stickers and then put the things in the bag. But I think first I'm gonna film a reel, and I need to use this tripod. Hello, I hope this is okay lighting. I think it is. I just got back from thrifting, and also me and my grandma went out to Panera, and we went to the town over because I wanted to see if they had the same skein of yarn as like the scarf I'm working on, and we also needed a fire poker because we lost ours. Don't ask me how you lose a fire poker. I don't know. And then it's been quite a while since I've been out to Goodwill, so I decided to hop over there, and honestly I hit the fucking jackpot. This is the best I've done at Goodwill in a very long time. It's like, at least for like probably the past year, it's been a couple pieces every so often, and yeah, I walked out of there. I spent 50 bucks, which is a little bogus for me at Goodwill, like, but anyways, I mean, I still feel like for 50 bucks I got a good amount of stuff. So anyways, the only thing I thrifted like for my room is this cute little like wall art, and it says "Love grows in the garden," and I just thought that was really cute. I got this cute little house coat. It's like floral and paisley pattern. It's the brand Easel, and it's a size small. Paid $6 for it, $5.69. I did get 2 pairs of pants. They're really similar, but we're not gonna talk about it. So the first pair is these like blue and white, kind of like cream striped ones. These are from Old Navy. These are a size small, but I paid $4.88 for them, and I just feel like there's some nice like flowy pants I can pair with any outfit. And I have a really similar pair of these made out of a different material, and they fall apart. Like, they just fall apart really easily. So I feel like this would be kind of like a good replacement if I'm not able to repair my old pair. And then I also got this pair of pants. It's white, and there's like cream. You can see, yeah, like cream, and I can't really tell what that other color is, navy stripes. And these are also from Old Navy. These are a size medium, and they were $8.27. So a little bit more. I have these like dark pair of tie pants that I wear at least once a week, and those are from Old Navy, and I really like them. I thrifted them, but yeah. And then onto sweaters. I got so many good sweaters. I'm so excited. So the first one is this one, and it's from the brand A New Day, and it literally still has the tag on it, and it was, the red tag was 25% off. So this was $12.41, but whatever, 25% off that is. And I do think A New Day is the Target brand, but I think this is cute. So, and then I got kind of like, I think this might be maybe a lounge sweater or something, but just like a little cropped brown, some waffly kind of texture in a way. This was $4.88, and it's a size medium. Here's another little cropped sweater. I'm not the biggest fan of cropped sweaters, so there's only 2 of them, but this is from the brand Poof Apparel, and this was $4.88, and it's a size large. I really like kind of like the orange color, and I liked the little effect on the sleeves. I got, what is up with me and collars? I think I thrifted a good amount of sweaters with collars. This kind of like tan creamish one with a nice little collar, and it's from the brand Vince Camuto, and I paid $7.87 for it. And last but not least, I honestly, this may be one of my favorites. I don't know, I think this is a lot of fun. It's a really pretty blue, and it's almost like a cardigan because it only has 1 button, and it has some nice, almost kind of like bell sleeves. It's just really soft, and it was $4.88, and this is from the brand Gitano. I think I'm getting ready to sit down and work on jewelry probably until I go to bed. It's about to be 6 o'clock. We already ate dinner and everything.